How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the walkthrough. So today we're going back to the first DLC area and we're going to dive deeper into the Sanctum. So start off, we are going to go to the Tower of Prayer Bonfire. Lots of ground to cover today. I don't think we're going to get to the bosses of the DLC. But once we get there, probably in the next episode, there's 2 right in a row, and then there's a 3rd one relatively close by as well. So that's how we're going to cover things. So from the bonfire, you're going to want to go out here to this ledge, and then you can drop down. And then there's an enemy in here. We'll take him out real quick, just so we don't get snuck up on later. And then we're going to drop down again. You see, there's another enemy kind of camped out right here. I tried to plunge attack, but I missed him. There's another one walking to us. Giving them all the same treatment. Quite a bunch of life gems. Alright, so now we are in uncharted territory to us. We have not gone this way yet. In this building, we have some rusted coins. Can't press the switch yet, so don't worry about it. And then we have our second encounter with Sin. He blows up the bridge and the people on it. This is a one-time thing, so if you come back here later, you're gonna have to fight those people on the bridge. But for this first time, Sin blows them up for you. Make sure you do this if you're going for all trophies. This is very important. You get focus souls. This is a spell needed for the trophy. So make sure you pick that up. Do not neglect focus souls. And going down this bridge, the doors will open automatically. So wait patiently. And we have entered the Sanctum. The Dragon's Sanctum. So this is a locked door. We cannot get in yet. Very helpful note, it's locked. All right, so we hear some singing. And this is a button we can press. You can't push it with your hand. You have to just whack it with your weapon. Got a couple items in here. Well, it's 1 pickup, but 2 items. So this entire city was constructed to worship the dragon, Sin. So this staircase, you'll notice, is kind of worn out. If you drop down, you can't really get back up, so we're going to go around this way first. And this is going to introduce an interesting mechanic. These Sanctum Knights in here, you see how they're kind of ghosted out? You can attack them and do damage. However, you're just not going to be doing much damage at all to them. But you see in front of them how that there's that the armor that's kind of glowing red. Well, if you bust open that armor, it makes the ghost knights vulnerable. So we're going to drop in and we're going to bust open both of these. You see there's 2 ghost knights and now that one is normal looking. And then we're going to get this other armor here. And then now both of them are vulnerable. So I believe they do bigger damage when they're kind of in their human state, I guess you could call them. But they're also way more vulnerable to damage. It takes a long time to kill them without. Although allegedly, I think you can farm like a ghostly armor set. If we got the Sanctum Knight leggings, but I think you can get like invisible versions of those if you farm. I could be wrong on that though. But Haven, who's helped me out enormously with this guide, has told me so. So I will take his word for it. Another shout out to Haven because he has gone above and beyond and making sure that this guide is as good as it can be. So in here we have 50 destructive great arrows, a bunch of chests in here, so make sure you get all of the loot. Got the Katarina helm, should be familiar. For those of you Dark Souls veterans, want to be an onion bro. Soul vessel for respecking, should you wish to do so. So there's going to be several areas where there are those ghostly Sanctum soldiers, Sanctum Knights. And the armor sets that you have to bust open to make them vulnerable are not always right next to them. Just so you know. This room just introduces the mechanic. Bunch of enemies in here. You see this guy's got kind of a poisonous aura to him. And it's a trap. Trying to keep it closer on my durability so I don't break my weapon like I did last episode. It was very sad. So we've gotten some Sanctum stuff. I think we got a Sanctum sword. I actually want to read the description because there's some interesting lore. Did we get a, was it a Sanctum? It was Sanctum something. It may have been a shield. Let's see here. Sanctum mace. Here we go. So mace wielded by Sanctum soldiers. This mace was corrupted by poison when Sin, the slumbering dragon, awoke. Keep that in mind. So he was slumbering and he woke up. Notice he had a giant spear that was through him. That may have had something to do with him waking up. A mere mortal would be asphyxiated by the poison emitted when wielding this mace, but for the noxious Sanctum soldiers, this fact matters none. So when he woke up, he basically spewed poison all over this entire area, which is why it looks pretty run down. And, you know, we're after a crown here. So they're obviously, I meant to do a double life gem, not Papanessus, but, so there's a crown that we're after. And this is a trap chest, by the way. And so this, you know, implies that this was a kingdom at one point in time. So, you know, I'm not exactly clear if this is just another kingdom in the cycle of kingdoms that we've talked about a number of times. Or if this is, you know, if this coincides with the same time period that Drangleic existed and that type of stuff. But this is another kingdom. There is a king, there was a king and a queen. Make sure you shoot this switch on the roof and it opens up this door. So there's a lot of these switches throughout here. I'm going to point them all out and show you what they open up for us. So a lot of them are important for us. So make sure you hit that switch. It's cleverly hidden on the roof. We get a Twinkling Titanite and Petrified Dragon Bone. Actually, multiple copies of each. So what we're going to do now is drop down. We're going to get this Sorceress first. She's got range. And then we're going to take out the Knight. And also, while we're at it, hit the switch on the floor. Kill two birds with one stone. So now we got an archer. I meant to do a life gem to offset the poison. Here we go. And I'm going to shoot this guy. I'm going to get my bow out here. I was trying to strafe, but I wasn't going fast enough. It's okay. You can take your shots. I'm going to heal up anyways because I got poison. All right, so off here to the side. I have a human effigy. And so now we need to keep rotating this thing until we can walk through it. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to repair my hammer because I don't want to get myself in another situation like we got in the last episode. My hammer breaking on me. So I'm going to go on and repair. Not a bad idea. Okay. So we're going to go downstairs. So this entire city was basically built to worship Sin. And they, you know, these people singing, they're kind of singing like a lullaby, trying to keep him asleep. But as we know, he is awake now. Got some repair powder. And so now, this is another door that's going to open up later. It could kind of be a shortcut. So you see there's a gap on the floor. Be careful not to drop down it yet. We want to jump over it first. Because there's some extra goodies that we can get. Yes, the Sanctum Knights are the ones basically guarding the Sanctum and therefore the dragon. So that opens up this door, and then there's another switch all the way over here that's going to open up another door beyond that first door we just opened. So shoot this one all the way out here. And this will allow us to get all the way to where we're going. So it's their job to I guess, keep the dragon safe. As we know, it didn't exactly happen successfully. There's a trap you can press on the floor there. I hit it too late, but if you press it at the right time, you can actually catch this guy in the trap. My timing was not so great. All right, got a soul of a hero there. And a human effigy. And another enemy. So these ones with the poison cloud, you can pretty much kill them in one hit with one slam. All right, so got some upgrade materials in here. Lots of them. And here we get a special sword. It's kind of like a sword whip hybrid type of thing. Okay, so now we're going to go back and we're going to drop down the hole that we jumped over initially. And that's going to allow us to progress. So 2 ways we can go. We're going to go this way first. There's another bug hole. Oh, geez, I did not mean to jump attack there. I just wanted to slam this guy. There we go. Having a little bit of trouble there, but that's okay. And there are a bunch of bugs down here, so I'm going to snipe whatever I can before dropping down. Because that will improve our chances of success if we preemptively deal with some of these threats that we have down here. So definitely going to blow up these pustules, whichever ones I can. And the bugs that I can take care of, I'm going to go ahead and take care of them. There are more down there than we can see right now, but this will just put us in a better position than we would have been had we just dropped down and thrown caution to the wind. We are going to take a little bit of damage from the fall. If you want to equip the cat's ring to help negate it, be my guest. I'm not going to because I am lazy. All right. I think, yep, there we go. Let them come out and attack us. As you've noticed before, a lot of these bugs, they can drop the bombs. And they can also spew acid. Like that one is. So I'm going to back away and use fireballs on this one. There we go. That worked out well. I don't want the corrosion. Okay, life gem. I think this is old growth, yep. And then a dung pot. So I can go up the stairs. I believe there's more bugs up here. Poison throwing knives. I hear bugs, but I don't see bugs. Oh, there's one on the wall there. I'll go in and take him out. We're not coming back down here, but just for the sake of being a good, you know, exterminator, thorough in our pest control endeavors. So in here we have the Flynn's ring. This ring is a little bit interesting. What it does is it increases your damage output the lower your equipment load is. So our equipment load is about as high as it can be while maintaining the better roll. So this ring's not going to do us a whole lot of good, but if you're running really light, the Flynn's ring can be good for you. Okay, so this brings us back to where we were before, right? Before we drop down this hole here. So this is where we went to go to the bug area. This is where we're going to go to progress. There's actually a mage up here. We're going to snipe. And we should be in a position to where we can hit it, but it can't hit us. It's probably about to make a fool of me. Yep, see? It's, projectiles are blowing up. Although this thing might reach us. No, it hit the wall. Okay. All right, so she's gone. So there is a ghost knight right there. And this part's a little bit tricky because what we're going to do, you see how there's a switch on the wall right there? We're going to ignore that for the time being. The spikes on the floor can hurt you and ruin your durability, so we're not going to do that. I'm going to use this as an example to show you how you can fight the ghostly knights without making them fully human. And you're going to see a difference. You can't lock onto them. You do a fraction of the damage, and honestly, they kind of do a fraction of the damage as well. And they take way longer to kill, so I don't recommend killing them this way. And I'm just getting rid of this one so it's not in my way. Being a little bit sloppy, but there we go, got him. See, no, he didn't drop anything. Okay, so here's the deal. There's gonna, like, in one of those alcoves back there, there's another ghostly knight. And then there's another one all the way at the back of the room. We are running all the way to the back of the room, and there's going to be a staircase that we're going to go about halfway down. And then once we get about halfway down that staircase, we're going to turn around, aim our bow, and shoot a switch that's going to give us access to a bonfire. This is a little bit risky. So if you want to play it safer, you can aggro the ghost knight in there, kill him, aggro the ghost knight back where the stairs are, kill him, and then do this. I'm going to do this just kind of quickly by running past the spikes, turning around, hitting the switch. And then what we're going to do is go into those alcoves to the right. There's going to be a ladder that we can climb up, and that's going to allow us access to the bonfire. So this is the risky way of doing it, but if you're quick, it should not be much of an issue. So go down the stairs about halfway, aim, and shoot. There we go. As I said, it is risky, and now I'm kind of stuck on the stairs. And now I got the other one after me. Dadgummit. Yeah, I knew this was... I should be able to get around him here. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. So we hit the switch. We did what we came here for. And so now we're going to turn here and then make a U-turn, go up this ladder. And then we can jump over this gap. That switch that we hit, this across this gap, this door was this was a door that was previously closed. We could not make this jump if we had not hit the switch down there first. And this brings us to our beautiful bonfire. I'm not going to rest here because I don't want to respawn everything we've killed. But if you need to rest, by all means, go for it. Okay, so from here, we're going to hook around and we get ourselves a Sanctum crossbow. Again, there's a view of the switch we just hit and the ghost knight that's down there. So now we're going to go into a room that has a bunch of ghost knights and all of the armors to make them whole again. All right. So now we're going to jump back across. We're going to go this way. This is where the mage that we sniped earlier. See, we were right here. And there are items in these spikes. We're going to lower the spikes actually right now. We're not going to drop down and get these items yet. We're going to drop down later. But whoops, we hit the switch. We'll see the spikes are gone. So we're going to hit the switch on the wall, which is going to open up the shortcut that I pointed out earlier with the that takes us back to that hallway where there was a gap in the floor that we originally jumped over. I'm going to go in and take this one out. Oh, you can lock onto him. I misspoke. I'm going to try to make sure not to blow up the treasure chest. I thought these were like the ghosts in the shaded woods that you can't lock onto, but you can lock onto these guys. All right, I need to get out of here. I'm going to double chug this one. And I'm going to repair. Okay, maybe I'm not going to repair. There we go. Oh, come on. That didn't give me the kill. That's too bad. Okay. I'm actually going to equip repair powder on my quick bar here because it's possible that we may need to do a quick repair here as well. So this is a trap chest. We're going to open it up. It is a poison chest. Easier to dodge than the crossbow ones. All right, got some Lloyd's talismans. All right, so in here there's going to be a bunch of ghost knights and a bunch of armors, but these are all of the armors that are going to allow us to basically beat everything else. And once you break the armors, they stay broken. Oops, missed it. And it is possible that if you're clever enough, you can kind of kite them around, and it is possible that some of them might fall off the edge. So we're going to break all these open. Some of them, they pull out their crossbows. So the one right behind us has not materialized yet. And last one, perhaps. Okay. So this becomes tricky because if you get cornered, yeah, it goes badly quickly. And they're fast. They look at how they charge after you. All right, 2 of them left. Oh, I thought I was out of range, but I was not. And these guys, the problem with them is they don't pancake. So kind of our usual technique doesn't work so well on these guys. So we're just kind of kiting him around, being cautious about the whole thing. All right. They do have, they're large. They have range. There we go. Very nice. So we got the eternal Sanctum key. This is very important. This allows us to get past that door. Remember when we first got into the Sanctum, I said that that door is locked. We showed it. The eternal Sanctum key allows us in that door. Key to the depths. The Sunken King erected the eternal Sanctum to shelter Sin the dragon. We talked about that earlier. The Sanctum appears to be a solemn temple, but it is filled with devilish creatures that ensure no trespasser shall cause offense. So these are the Sanctum Knights that are trying to keep us out so we don't disrupt Sin. And here we have the Sanctum Knight Helm, another piece of the armor. And there are going to be a couple of the knights downstairs that are now kind of embodied. But first we're going to turn here, get this. Bloodbite ring +1. Very nice. So now we can pick up these items. Torch. So this is where we, just to piece everything together, these are the stairs that we came down originally. This is where we sniped that, the sorceress up there. And there should be a knight in here. Maybe not. If we were to respawn all the enemies, he would spawn in here. So now we can actually hit the switch that we passed up earlier. Actually, he might be down there because remember we kited him down there when we hit the switch and then we ran away. That's probably where he is because I didn't respawn. I didn't rest the bonfire to respawn the enemies. All right, got some twinkling titanite, holy water urns, and human effigy. And here, another important item, the dragon stone. We need that for later, so make sure you get it. And so there is a way in here. There's actually a switch. You see, if you pan the camera, you see it's on the floor. So what we want to do is we want to go up the ladder. Then we can snipe it. Oops. Come on. Nope. Maybe a better angle. Here we go. Perfect. Then you want to drop down. We can hit it from down here. And go back up top. And this is for a very important item. It's for another spell that is required for the trophy. Alternatively, you can just chuck fire bombs through the holes. If you lob it at just the right angle, it'll hit the switch. This is for denial. And those of you who have played Demon Souls, denial is similar to second chance. In my Demon Souls walkthrough, I'm a huge fan of second chance. What that does is if you die, it revives you immediately and you don't actually die and it replenishes some of your HP. Now, second chance didn't have a time limit. I believe denial, if you cast it and it doesn't activate within a certain amount of time, it just wears off. So it's not as good as second chance. So I don't really use it. Even though I use second chance extensively, I don't really use denial. All right. So now we're going to go down the stairs. And, yeah, I'm going to beat these knights and then I'm going to repair my hammer. Hey, buddy. Okay, there's only one of them down here. I don't know what happened to the other one. Did I may have killed him. I can't remember. Did I kill him in his ghostly state? I can't even remember. I'm going to use a repair powder just to be safe. About to fight an invader, so I want to make sure that we're not in a bad situation. I could have rested at the bonfire, but... All right, down here we got some old growth bomb. And then down here we're going to fight the invader. Jester Thomas. Big time pyromancer. Big time pain. This is one of the more difficult invaders, honestly. He's got some really powerful pyromancies, and he's quite evasive. And I'm running on 4 Estus here. Yeah, I could very well. This could be the end of me. We'll see. See if I can get my chain rolling here. Yeah, because he leaves himself open when he casts spells. So that's kind of how you take advantage of him. All right, this is actually going pretty well. Good clean fight. I don't know what it is about invaders, but I mean, just that one enemy took about half of my durability. I don't know what it is about invaders, but... All right, so through the fog wall, there are some like half dragon enemies that are kind of similar to the ones that are in Dark Souls 1. They are really powerful, but there's a bonfire in the back. So we're basically just going to rush to the bonfire. And these guys are powerful. He's coming for me. All right, he's leashing good. Just let me have my bonfire, dude. Oh, hello. Yeah, I can't rest here right now. Just sad because I don't want to be... I'm not going to fight all these guys. They are a royal pain. A royal pain. All right, petrified dragon bones. Ow. I was going to fight some of them, but it's just not a good... I wanted to rest first. See if they'll let me rest. Because running past them is annoying too. All right, human effigies. So I'm just gonna pick up the items while we're at it. Soul of a great hero. Oh geez, hello. I'm gonna double chug here. And are you going to let me rest this time? Probably not. Maybe we'll see. All right. Very good. Very good. This resets their positions. And also resets my spells and durability, etc. So I'm happy about that. I'm actually going to use a Sacred Oath and Sunlight Blade. Because these guys are tough and we're in the water. So the extra lightning will bode well for our damage here. I believe there's one more item down here. So stay behind him if you can. Or let him jump on you. They got the melee attacks. They'll spit out the projectiles at you. And there's the other item down there. So fighting 2 of these at the same time, not such a great idea, by the way. You jumping? What you doing? You're dying. That's what you're doing. All right, so this is the last item, I believe, down here. Dried roots. And we'll kill this one for good measure. I'm not going to kill all of them. I have no desire to kill them all. There we go. He dropped a petrified dragon bone. All right, so this is where we're headed to next. We got all the items down there. So that dragon stone we got from a treasure chest, I mentioned it was an important item. This is where we use it. Top off the health there with the life gem. So we're going to use it, and it's going to create a new area for us to go to. So watch this, these segments of the bridge come up so we can traverse. Right here, we're gonna hit this switch. Opens up the elevators. Before we go up the elevators, we are going to pick up the Drake Blood Greatsword. So we mentioned the Sanctum Knights. There's another group of folks who, you know, you'd guess they oppose the Sanctum Knights, the Drake Blood Knights. So the Sanctum Knights are protecting Sing. The Drake Blood Knights are after his blood for power, to transcend. And so they are, you know, their lust for dragon blood has sent them on a quest to Sing here. All right, so now we can take this elevator up. It has been unlocked. And this is actually, lo and behold, a shortcut back to the first bonfire. So good old-fashioned A+ From Software level design right here. Gotta love it. Gotta love how it all ties together, how well it's thought through. I am a fan. So we're gonna go down. Just wanted to show the linkage there. So really, if you want to, the quickest way to get to where we're going now is to warp back to that first bonfire and use these elevator shortcuts. So since this is a shortcut, what I'm going to do when I get off of this elevator, I'm actually going to send it back up in case I need to use it again. So that way it's already in position for me to use from that bonfire. So I'm going to send it up and then just roll off and then proceed on my merry way. All right. So now this is the bridge that we just raised up. I think, yeah, down there is where we use the dragon stone. And we are entering the next area, sub area, I guess you could call, in this DLC. The Dragon's Sanctum. Well, I guess the last one was the Dragon Sanctum too, but this is another building kind of separate from it. Okay. We're gonna drop down. Wait, did I miss a thing? Hold on. I don't think I did. I think I missed a human effigy. Please hold. Yes, I did. I missed it. There it is. Glad I went back and looked. All right. So now we're going to drop down. And this basically is a giant drop down puzzle. So we're starting at the top, all the way at the bottom is kind of our goal. So now we're going to drop down this side. There's nothing up there. From here, we're going to drop down here. And you're going to encounter our first Drake Blood Knight. Since he was in the middle of the air, he did not get pancaked, sadly. These guys are powerful. They're no slouches. So to the left, you have a switch. This does nothing except reveal an enemy and an empty treasure chest. Now, once you trip this switch, there are 4 crystal lizards that are going to drop down. It is extremely hard to get them all in one fell swoop. I'm going to do my best. But if not, I'm going to cover what you should do if you don't get all 4 of them. So you have to hit this switch multiple times. So once it lines up perfectly with that upper ledge, the lizards are going to run down. So you want to try to intercept them if you can. kind of when they're running towards you. So, what? Got 2 of them. And then, can I get all of them? Can I get all of them? Can I get all of them? No, I missed that last one. Dang it. Okay. I thought I was going to get lucky, but I did not. So what you want to do is if you need to do another try at, if you missed one of the lizards, you need to reset this, because if it's in position for them to walk out immediately, they're not going to spawn correctly. And I think they run out too early and disappear. So you want to, you want to make this so that it's not lined up. And you actually have to hit this more times than you would think to get it in the right spot, to get it all the way back around. Because that is not perfectly lined up, as you know, contrary to what you might think. So I'm going to put it back down here, and then you have to press this thing like 5 or 6 times to actually get it back in the right spot. So I'm going to leave it right here. So that way when we come back, I'll be able to get that last lizard, because unfortunately I missed out on it, but it's all good. All right. So now we're going to keep dropping down. See, we got a spot right here. You want to minimize the damage, equip the cat's ring. Now you can jump over there, but there's nothing there, so we're not going that way. Just keep dropping this way. A hexing urn, 10 of them. Drake Blood Knight. And these guys hit hard. I don't believe there's anything else around here. It just makes a big circle. Yeah. So now I'm going to jump. You don't really need to jump, but I'm going to jump. Because you know there's that pile of rubble that you'd fall on top of anyways. All right. And then this away. We're going to circle around behind this wall here. And complete the circle. And right here, don't miss it, we have ourselves a hidden wall with a bonfire behind it. So I'm going to rest here. Back to Majula, maybe catch a level. And that's where we're going to end this one. The next episode, we're going to fight 2 bosses. And then the next episode after that is going to finish out this DLC.
Bearer of the curse. Until...
Let's see, I'm just going to pump up my HP for now. And that leaves us with 2,500 souls, so I'm good with that. Just 1 level for now. And as I said, next time we're going to finish up the, I guess, the main story piece of the DLC. And then after that, there's kind of a side optional boss, so to speak, that we're going to take care of in the hidden area that's behind that door that we got the key for. So, all right, guys, hope you enjoyed this, and we will catch you next time. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you then.